people. But again, the downside is if you fall behind, this is a champion that can feel super underwhelming outside of those big sleep moments. And there is pressure on whenever you're going to pick something.
Yeah, it might be just be a flip.
Seed.
I mean, we'll see.
This is a lot to bet on a flip. Oh! Manages to grab it from the side of Bukata.
Paris is here.
Knock back to the wall is there. Paris immediately going to fall. Ice from downtown. Bukata stronger in the matchup, yes, but not in a 3v1.
As BDS both lane here moving the Q flash, and I think Bukata could have easily reacted to it. But it's actually 1-1-3 starting with the Skarner flash E, which I wasn't expecting, and it ends up being Bukata going down, but we got crazy trades on top.
Relevant. Boom!
It's a solo kill.
Blank. Genex flashing straight into his face with a long-range weapon to finish the job.
And he's bullying the Gnar. He's doing it.
That's what's supposed to happen, right? You're supposed to be able to bully him. Paris on the way out now. Bloodbath on every side of the map. Both teams seeing that they have the isolated 2v2 decide it's time to start fighting. Kadui getting
1-1-3's here.
Down, but 1-1-3 is on the way in. Ishtal's edge. Finding the knockback flash out from Kadui. Loopy will be locked up, but no ulti quite yet. Loopy set to fall. Nice lockdown, and 1-1-3 grabbing another kill.
And after a disaster early game for BDS. Oh, Kadui's no flash here.
Kadui way too far forward. Thought he was safe. I mean, he's going to take his time walking out of this one, but he should just fall. Shattering strike, fall up CC there. Overextending. They don't have the damage to immediately punish. Q going wide. And Ice, he's just too damn clean. Again, he was dead 15 seconds ago, but they just had to make sure the buttons were going to get hit.
Going over to the side of BDS. I mean, Loopy has a crazy cheese here.
Loopy can get things kicked off. Reeker does have ult. Q flash forward. Immediate follow-up. They're only managing to lock up one. 1-1-3 now ready to turn. Reeker doing decent damage, but will have to snap back in a second. Now taken out of the fight. Ice 4-shot going to hit the Drake, and down it goes. Reeker going back in with the Q3.
And it's messy from both teams.
I didn't want to wait him out. As the Hex Flash takes him away. Bukata going in. Not aware there's a Skarner waiting. Excellently layered CC. Not even time to put anyone to sleep.
That's a disaster for SK, and it's so disjointed as Irrelevant gets a good little chunk here.
Bot lane's push, 2 contest, 2 get those early kills, and it's just kept up that pace. And this is big for anyone following BDS. Hold that thought as Paris is locked up. Bukata here to follow. Paris taken down. Nice little trap there from SK to punish, but meanwhile on the top side, the counter punch coming through is now it's Genex who's in trouble. Forced to flashback, but will get cut down. Another TP on the way up. Reeker with ulti available, and Nuke gonna start TPing out. 1-1-3. Just try to find an angle to go into the wall, but that is a fast Yone. Nice flash to the side. Nice lock up to bring him under tower. Knock back into the wall. Knock up. The kill will still come through. Maybe a 1/10 of a second off another tower shot coming out and finishing the job. Well played by 1-1-3, but ultimately Reeker gets the job.
A little bit disjointed with Paris onto this bot side while 1-1-3 is making this top side play. And it's a great dive, but because Reeker has the TP, he's able to force both Nuke TP out and kill 1-1-3. But a very well executed dive. 1-1-3 takes that last tower shot, which brings him down so low. Par's getting poked out a little bit.
SK walking to this choke is definitely tough, but Irrelevant's backing off, so he's not going to threaten too much here. Now we've just conceded we want full 50-50. Now that the Mega is gone, BDS are in a bit of a tougher position. Genex coming in behind. Paris will spot him, but who is spotting who? Paris finds the initial engage. Irrelevant now on the chase in. Loopy locked up. Kadui trying to fire back. Bukata, eyes set on the objective. 2.5k health getting lower and lower. 1-1-3 too far away. That's the Drake already picking over, but Nuke scooping 2 up. Finding Kadui looking to chase down Genex as well. Lockdown comes in from Ice. Paris gonna find the CC. 1-1-3 knocks him back. Symphony of CC there from BDS. They find those kills, but SK at least. But right now, I completely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, 1-1-3 doing a little threatening.
Loopy just walking forward. This tower is about to fall. Good VAR assault to start things off. Paris missing a bit on the Shattering Strike. Irrelevant off to the side. Reeker laying down a lot of damage, but not going to finish much here as Paris re-engages. Nuke setting up the tower. Nice positioning from BDS, denying any potential fallout from SK. And again, disconnected from the side of SK.
Yeah, it's Loopy really desperately trying to defend this mid lane tower, but it's a 200 HP. SK want a match. They want to fight.
About in 9 seconds. Lilia fast, but not fast enough to get here, so SK will need to fight if they want to stop this one or prey on some sort of miracle steal. Some sort of fumble from 1-1-3. 3k getting lower. Shock blast in. Ulti goes through, and they manage to steal it. Ruin's on top, but the flowers are still going to get taken down. Ice trying to clear as many as he can, but he only has 4 bullets. That was incredibly awkward. They do manage to find the steal. I guess I cast or cursed it, but 1-1-3 still trying to force the fight. Genex with a knockback, but just brings his team deeper into the fight. A lonely Swirl Seed, the only sign of Bukata in this exchange. Kadui Good damage. Irrelevant. Not going to get hit by the Q. SK still pushing forward. They got it. They got the auto going out.
I don't know how. Reeker got a 3-4-man Yon ultimate while also stealing the Atakan at the same time.
No one shepherding that wave in from SK. Nuke can just keep pushing if he wants to threaten or deny some resources. Both teams 5v5, posturing, fishing for the fight. Irrelevant Meganar. Genex trying to proc it early, looking to knock him back. Blast cone there. Reeker can now follow. Full committal onto Irrelevant. They want to take this Gnar to the fight, but it does mean that they've conceded the objective. 1-1-3 immediately coming in, trying to find the follow-up. A kill traded. Loopy going for more on the engage. Kadui with the ultimate. Lockdown on the Skarner. The chain CC there, but he still manages to get down the Impale. Sleep coming through. Can they find the follow-up? Nuke going for the pushback. The team ready to go. Eyes on ice. The Jin ready to take over, but he just doesn't have the position. SK, more kills coming out in the play.
And it's so messy, but it's BDS picking up the Drake, and I don't think SK can really get anything off of it. And the Sterax. Well, Nuke has a Merc Treads and a Stopwatch. I mean, the Seeker's Arm Guard.
Yeah.
Oh, Loopy.
Pale over the wall. Loopy locked up. CC well layered as Kadui tries to fire back, but Loopy still standing tall. Curtain call coming out, but all of SK ready to follow up. Some damage coming through onto Reeker, but Reeker can just now chase, getting incredibly aggressive, unstoppable as he recalls. Loopy will finally drop. Reeker getting taken out as well. The Ignite gonna finish the job, and now Nuke on the chase. Hungry for a little bit more. Baron on the table. BDS, they can start it, but it's a tough call. Bukata does have flash. He could just look to steal. Kadui just continuing to poke. Relevant Meganar on the way.
SK needs to drop it. They weren't able to get any of the poke, and 3 versus 5 is just not good enough. And it's Loopy getting caught out, but he's actually fine. But it's Reeker that really wants to make something out of this TP, and he ends up going too deep and falling. And SK are able to pick up the mid lane tower, but it's Nash for the side of BDS.
Massive to have that Nash. Will that flanking ward make the difference? For now, the answer is no, but it gives SK so much more confidence to step up and poke. Nuke, though, continuing split pushing. BDS can just back away towards Nuke if they want a 5v5. Instead, play for the inhib tower. SK caught between a rock and a hard place. Again, they want the Mountain Drake, but still they're risking a 50-50 at this state while Nuke is guaranteed to break a tower. Reeker trying to find the fight, but he does not hit ice. Crucially, Paris finding a bit of CC. Ice untouched. Objective down. 1-1-3. Better on the smite. That's the soul over the fight. The base now exposed as Nuke's involved. But this is disaster.
It's a disaster for SK, and this was practically a 4v5. And BDS doesn't look like they can go for more, but that's the Mountain Soul for the side of BDS. And they can continue pushing. They still got the Nash, and their 5 members still up.
42 seconds left. Nuke getting value out of the Nash on the push while his team took the objective. That is the worst possible scenario for SK. They had to make a choice. Either one, they would have lost something. And in this case, they lost both.
And that's 2 inhibitors gone. Mountain Soul for the side of BDS. You kind of have to feel as SK. It's a tough game now.
It's a tough game. And again, if you let it go to Elder, I think that's a big mistake.
Yeah.
There's no reason. Relevant standing on the side with Meganar, trying to zone. Wall up goes down, knock back onto Bukata. He should just fall. Stun coming through there as well, but he buys a bit of space with the stopwatch. Nuke and Ice now ready to follow. Nice knockout coming through from Paris. Instantly, the 3-man shuffle. The Emperor has arrived. SK not going to get the chance to fight for anything. Not the Elder, not the Baron. Bukata gets one back in return. Reeker does a little bit of damage here, but it's just not enough. Minions crashing in, but BDS want to play for a few more kills. The Relevant gets another auto down. Loopy will survive. The base, however, will not. And there it is for Ice. Penta-kill for the Jin. 4 bullets, 5 kills.
And BDS, they will remain in control of this game as they close it out with a beautiful team fight, good patience, and they didn't throw it. Woo!
I like to see it. Progression for BDS, 1-1-3, not just about the carries. Can play to support the team, got support from the team to fill in that role, and a solid start for SK. Sent back to the drawing board. We'll see how they adapt heading into game 2, but for now, we're going to go to a quick break. When we return, more League of Legends.
Goes Maw, he's unkillable and can just clean up every fight. But there's no champion in this game that can really do that. Sure, Sejuani can get some magic resist, but she's gonna take a while to kill anyway.
Shroud.
I think Irrelevant can just start fighting Genex here and try to make him burn spells, and then 1-1-3 can wrap in from behind. As Genex probably feels a little bit safe with this ward.
Oh, he's no longer safe, however. Exhausted, Irrelevant now going in, 1-1-3 committing. Gwen immune as GenX tries to get a bit more damage down. Irrelevant trying to find the snip on a GenX. Nice shuriken flip, but still, that's first blood for BDS.
And that's the cost of not having flash. As soon as you so many of the early game leads that we talked about last game, and one of the big strengths of him. But we have Loop here.
Hook connects, follow-up CC there. Reeker, good follow-up damage. Nuke still has his flash, holding on as long as he can. Ignite ticking. Doesn't even burn it. 96 HP, walks away. Waiting for the Severing Bolt. Is Reeker going to get punished? Reeker desperate to get the wave in. But 1-1-3 is right here. They'll spot Reeker. Paris coming in as well. Nuke has to be careful not to overstay. It could be in trouble. Combo there. Easy kill pickup. Solo lanes from BDS. Finding massive advantage. GenX forced to dash away. SK at the very least are going to get this Drake, and BDS not in a great position to get something else on the other side of the map. So they might just try to fight this. But they're at a man disadvantage. Can't quite see. Nuke is level 6. Can ult into the fight. Paris only level 5. It could be tough. 1-1-3 in the midst of everybody. The lockup, the CC is there. 1-1-3 set now to fall. The flash forward into his teammates. That is not what you wanted. 200 health or more taken away from every member of BDS. Right as you praise him, it all starts to fall apart.
1-1-3, what was that?
These picks. And in game 1, to be fair, the Jace pick did pay off. They did find some early leads from it. It just didn't transition into anything more meaningful. But Irrelevant very rapidly becoming a problem as this fight breaks out. Ulti in from the Hui. Kadui free firing. 1-1-3 goes forward and will get taken down. Ulti over the wall from Ice. Loopy still walking away as the Drake falls for SK.
And again, it's a mistake from 1-1-3 as he really wants to contest this Drake, but his team is not in position. They're not around him. When he gets hooked, he ends up just going down and...
Ready for the full-on 5v5. Flash is up across the board for SK, except for the Akali, who does not have one. Same story for BDS. BDS being pushed back. Loopy, decent flank, but they're just going to try and turn and burn. He doesn't even get a chance to proc the Aftershock. He's just instantly deleted. In the meantime, Irrelevant trying to 2v1 here. A single grub. All that's left. BDS already got 4. They're going to get 1 more as well. That's 5. The Gwen still standing. Irrelevant dashing back into 1-1-3. Count up is GenX. Down he goes. Ice on a killing spree. Complete and total disaster. The Weaver's wall coming in. Reeker running for his life. Pukata taken out as well. BDS demolishing the fight.
Ninja Tabi.
There's a Swifties and a plated steel caps.
Plated steel caps could do it. Come on.
Oh, he's at 7. Reeker caught out. Flick comes in. That's all the gold lead. That's the only strong position on the map. Delete it. The ulti's still going. Ice now ready with the setup. Just a few seconds away from the ultimate. Kadui waiting over the wall. Lays down a rocket, but not much else. BDS pushing in bot side, getting that pick, looking to knock down this tower.
Yeah, great play from BDS here. They're able to shut down the one member of SK that is actually strong. But then if KC loses to Fnatic and BDS beats SK, oh, a little wall hit from Nook.
Then we have the circle of... The circle is coming back. I'll just leave it at that. Reeker, nice fear. Bit of poke damage down. This is a very hard 1v1 to win. He's dead. 1-1-3's on the way. Threaded volley to finish. And again, caught on a side lane.
Yeah, it's rough. Rough. Smart threat so far. Just gonna say that.
You want 7 or 8, brother. We accept nothing else.
GenX is gonna get me.
Ulti coming in from 1-1-3. Setup is good. Flick is good. Follow-up kill is instantaneous. SK asleep at the wheel. Control ward covering that Raptors pit for BDS, paying dividends. Be in trouble, and I think it might be time for the same exact play we saw mid. 1-1-3 can just ult to zone away. Might not even be forced to do it.
Yeah, they don't even need to ulti. Wow.
It's 19 minutes, it's a 6K gold lead.
Yeah.
Right, I just don't know what the angle is here for SK. It's so hard.
Yeah, GenX is here, but he's gonna be forced out.
Weaver's wall comes out. Reeker again, the target. Split fight though, BDS could lose on the bottom side of the fight. Nuke finding the initial kill onto Reeker. Paris now trying to retreat. GenX looking for a bit of follow-up, and Paris will get taken down.
Okay, a 1-for-1 for SK as they're able to do anything. But it's a nice little punish, but now they're gonna have to give the Drake. And what you'd really want to see from the side of SK here is that they're able to pressure this top side. But
Reeker,
instead it's Reeker that's caught.
Again. One more combo.
No flash.
No flash. Nuke unstoppable.
Yeah, and that's just a mistake from Reeker, right? He face checks into enemy strong side. You get a little crab, but...
I mean, in a perfect game, or in a perfect level of performance, there's so few plays, is GenX is rooted up. Chain CC there, ulti going in for the MF, GenX forced to retreat. Kadui just desperate to clear the wave, and the tier 2 will fall.
A little bit slow ult there by us. I think if he ults earlier, he could actually take down GenX, but to be honest, doesn't really matter as you're about to get this and you can't go into any bush.
Yeah, and you being strong in your 1v1 matchup stops mattering once you're out of your 1v1 matchup.
Yeah.
1-1-3 might be caught here. Kadui now following. They have to be careful not to overchase into Nuke. Nice start, but Bukata eating a lot of that damage. Not bad for the side of SK. Reeker now here could potentially look to follow up. Irrelevant off to the side, zoning away Gen X. Reeker trying to get an angle to get a bit more damage down. Otacon leash, but it's hitting BDS a decent amount. Gen X dashing over the wall. Nuke now dominating. That's a single kill. SK, do they want to keep going for this? They're down a man, but a lot of blinking health bars on the side of BDS. Nuke half HP, 1-3 healing up nicely, and Ice isolated on his lonesome.
Irrelevant is coming.
Relevant looking to herd them. BDS hoping to find the setup. Weaver's wall goes down. Irrelevant trying to find the angle. Paris immediately going to fall up. It's a split fight, but BDS are winning both of them. Irrelevant now on the chase. The needlework making quick work of Kadui. Bukata nowhere to go as the flick back does manage to land, and it's complete and total disaster.
And it's an ace for BDS as they play it nice and slow. They know that they're strong.
It has been very clean. 7-0-8 for Nuke, 6-0-3 for Ice. Irrelevant 3-0-3, 2.2k gold lead. This Akali pick not working out at all.
They can get all inhibs here. Gen X might be in trouble.
Falling. Irrelevant ignoring Gen X completely to just hit the tower. Will finish it in the face of the Akali and is now finally forced to withdraw. So 200 gold back as Loopy's now going to give his life in exchange for very little. Not much else to say. Bukata starting the fight. Nuke. Paris now running. Paris gonna die. He hits the cowbell. He's withdrawing. Guys, like,
I think he said GG easy.
Yeah, just to be clear.
That's crazy.
This is the point of the game where
Kinda 2v5 here. Whoever face checks dies.
Bukata going in. SK. Last hope. Last fight. 8k on the Baron, getting lower. Bukata knocked up, knocked towards the pit, a little bit risky, but BDS just turning their attention now. Ulti unleashed from the MF, Irrelevant on the side. They're desperate to kill this Gwen, but he's still standing. Shield coming in from the lock of the Iron Solari. Gen X going back in, but he's exhausted, he's a tired little ninja, and the shutdown coming out as well.
Yeah, you have to think that's going to be game here. It's going to be Gwen recalling, being able to TP back a 4 versus 2. Kadui is going to have to make a miracle to try to hold this.
I think the kid of Corky is just not enough. You need a 4-item Aphelios if you want to turn this one back, but maybe Kadui can get it done. Paris with a quick combo. The answer is no. No, he cannot. It was short-lived. SK completely decimated. BDS can feel good about this. Huge confidence win for them. For SK, you just hope that they can adapt coming into their future series. Hope that this doesn't stymie their momentum too much from that first upset against Fnatic.
It was a very clean game from BDS. Super happy with the glow up from 1-1-3 in Paris. A nice little 2-0 and no real big throws. A little bit messier game 1 while an incredible clean game 2. And 1-1-3 showing that he can carry on tanks too, baby.
That he can. Both games, that was the case. Congratulations to BDS. Game 1 a little bit more tense, but game 2 completely and totally one-sided. KC versus Fnatic. Coming up after this are a match of the week. But in the meantime, vote for your Kia player of the series. 1-1-3, Nuke, or Ice.
1-1-3. Let's give him the opportunity.
You're a fanboy, bro. I like this. It's just you're so excited.
Well, he's he said he got Irrelevant ahead. He got bot lane ahead.
Did. Well, bot lane
rising in priority, rising in popularity. We've been seeing it around the world to varying degrees and varying success. But in a poke composition like this, how does the Neferi function? Go back to base without any significant amounts of farm being lost. But
look at bot lane though, Vedi. KC know that there's no one here to help Oscar, and he goes in. Not going to be able to do anything though as Kana and Yike pick up first blood. Humanoid on his way across. Yike still full HP. As the reset on that.
Just keeping it calm, keeping it very cool, and now they find themselves with a 1.7k gold lead, a lot of it sitting on top of Kana.
Yeah, Kana's in such a strong position on this chase. Mickey going in with the grand entrance, has the quickness as well. Will pull Targamas back, the Cyclone follow up into the double knockup. Upset looking for the damage here as well, but Targamas decides flash, remember, Razzle falling low. Mickey in the midst of 4, and he will fall. Kalist with his first of the game.
Fnatic tried to force a fight onto Targamas, but they didn't quite have the damage problem. You don't really have control over your waves.
Yeah.
Any lane that Kana is in, he keeps it pushed underneath Oscar's tower. Vladdy and Kalist still have strong lane presence to be able to get that push.
TP behind here. Humanoid's looking for the play onto Kana. Yike is on his way as well. Kana does still have the flash. Public execution coming out. Humanoid there with the Emperor's Divide as well. And Kana will fall now. Yike out of position, but he can always jump across the wall with that Eviscerate. Fnatic turn their eyes towards one solitary grub that is
in the 1 versus 1. That man was looking to proxy, and Fnatic saw a window where they could get themselves a kill. The problem is, in the 1v1...
Oh, Oscar. He backs in not the best spot, and Kana's like, anything you can do, I can do. Solo, it seems. Humanoid has to flash away from the seismic shove.
He's very delayed. He has no TP available. Plates are being lost in bot. Plates are also being lost on the top side of the map. Yike knows that he can commit his resources there because Kana just got a solo kill. So getting a bunch of plates, but now Fnatic looking to respond.
This is fully 2v3. They go in with the quickness, but they're stopped by the Unraveled Earth. Immediately dive onto Yike, and they will get 1 kill. Targamas trying to shepherd Vladdy out of here, but they can turn it back around. Look at the damage coming out from Vladdy. Headbutt pulverized onto Mickey. He's ignited. He'll fall. Razzle caught up in the Unraveled Earth as well. Seismic shove just wide. Humanoid finally joins the play. Upset on his way across as well. Fnatic will find 2 in exchange for their support.
While it is a good response from
Fnatic, I mean, Oscar could go in with a public execution as well, but he'll be looking for Yike if he can find it.
Face checking.
Face checking right now. Knocked back with a seismic shove. The Guardian keeping him alive for the moment as he dashes back to his teammates, hit with an accelerated shock blast. But now Kana, all by his lonesome, down towards the bottom side. Good knockback, flashes away from the public execution. Upset eats a true shot barrage, and now Carmine Core can turn it around. Accelerated shock blast to the back as Mickey falls first. Upset's keeping Humanoid at bay towards the bottom side of the river. Oscar Inning trying to get away and will escape for now.
I mean, the fight was Humanoid threatening a play on the mid, won't convert into anything, but the moment Mickey gets chunked out, the engage is gone, and KC can just play with their food.
Fnatic are going to try this. Oscar spots Kana. Kana spots Upset, misses the accelerated shock blast. Razzle doesn't have Cyclone here, but Oscar has found the enemy top laner. Upset coming in as well, and Kana doesn't really have anywhere to go. He'll get taken out by Upset. Almost 400 gold into that Varus's pockets.
So a bit of the aggression from KC gets punished.
And the Rift Hold, and 3 towers. And Fnatic have got 1 grub in terms of those objectives so far. Targamas going in with the Hex Flash immediately onto Razzle. That tower's still standing as well. The Trample will get the stun. Razzle has to flash away. Humanoid trying to put the damage down onto Vladdy, but Vladdy flashes the Emperor's Divide, and Yike takes a bite out of humor.
Nice outplay there from Vladdy. Good sights on the tier 2 towers now. No dragon for a minute and a half, so they're looking to fish what they can. With the Rift Herald, they should be able to put some serious damage down onto this tier 2. The TP is coming through. That's very far away, though.
Trying to get in behind them. Oscar Inning spotted on that control
Who's getting
ward.
flanked here?
I believe it might be Oscar Inning getting flanked. Razzle jumps in. Yike immediately dives onto Oscar Inning. Quickness coming out from Mickey as well, but he can't find the engage. Can't even get onto anyone. No one's charmed by Mickey right now. True Shot Barrage coming out as well as Razzle falling low. Yike are looking for a bit more damage. Targamas almost in range for that trample. Chain of Crushing will come down. He'll pop the Unbreakable Will. Get himself the hell out of there. Good seismic shove from Vladdy again onto Humanoid. Yike behind the tower, looking for those Darking Daggers. Can't find them yet. How's Humanoid gonna get out? Targamas! Oh, he's greedy, he wants it. Okay, he's dead. That's roast beef if I've ever seen it.
He had the Ignite, so he thought that if he could just get in range, you can see the smile on his face. He knew he overstepped, but hey, not the end of the world.
His inventory. So, what can Fnatic do? How do you set up around here? You spot Targamas. You jump in, Unraveled Earth coming out, Razzle still with a Cyclone, but look at the knockback onto Mickey. He gets in with the quickness. Chain of Corruption coming out as well as Targamas in the middle of the team. Mickey down though to a Mystic Shot. And now Razzle is running for the hills as Yike begins to chase him down. But Targamas and Yike have gone a little bit too deep. Razzle healing up with the Sundered Sky. Upset caught out on the top side, but the Ember's Divide from Humanoid will knock Kalist back. He can't get the damage down in time. Oscar Inning and Razzle having to retreat. Oscar Inning, he's met with a full HP Kana. Kalist is very low if he can get close enough. Does have the flash and he misses it across the wall, trying to get to safety. Kalist knows that's his opportunity to jump in.
A scrappy fight that falls apart for Fnatic as Razzle tries desperately to get an engage onto Vladdy, but again...
Mile away, Upset. Just coming around the walls right now. Razzle looking for a long flank. He'll be spotted out by this far side alteration, that little ward down towards the bottom side.
Okay, the kill isn't important. It's all about the flowers.
Kill goes down. Razork immediately jumped on. Kalist's going to dash across the wall there as well. Humanoid having to base. Goes in with a Cyclone, though. Oscar in is able to kill off Kalist. Now Targamas on that front line. The quickness coming out, but a great knock-up from Targamas, I believe. With that pulverized, Humanoid TP's back in. The flowers secured. A bit of a mixed bag,
I would say. Yeah.
I will say, even if you don't get all the flowers, you do get...
In terms of itemization, Fnatic is in a pretty solid spot, but with the dragon spawning, and Casey looking for an engage.
And Vladdy going in. Weaver's Wall, immediately they jump onto Humanoid in the Emperor's Divide. Will buy him no time at all. Great catch there from Carmine Court.
Humanoid had Zhonya's, he had Flash available, and he just didn't respect the collapse coming through from KC. This was a really important moment, especially with Soul spawning. Upset, nice sidestep.
Razzle goes in onto Vladdy. There's a quickness follow-up as well. Upset with the piercing arrow, chain of corruption onto Targamas. TP coming out from Kana as he looks to join the action. Mickey so low again, but Fnatic will walk away, limp away wounded. They'll lose the Ocean Drake for this. Jungle for a very, very, very long time. Dodges away from the Mystic Shot. Yike. Still searching to see if anyone's here. Razork does have that good flank position. Mickey jumped on by Targamas. Grand entrance used. Now Razork spotted. He'll dive onto the cow and then just use him as a taxi to get out. Flash forward from Targamas, gets the knocker. Mickey's going to flash himself as well. And Fnatic able to walk away from this one. They have Oscar pushing in the bot lane while all of this is happening, so the more time they can buy, the better it is. But Carmine Court, trying to call their bluff, will start up the Baron.
They have the numbers advantage. Ambessa with the TP is going to come through now.
Targamas might just be dead.
Very
He pops
low.
the Unbreakable Will, but might die immediately. Oscar in it, able to get away from the seismic shot. Targamas going in. Quickness popped by Mickey as well, but you can see how apprehensive he is about the dive. Fnatic get one, as you say, might be the Baron for them. The problem against an Ocean Soul, though, is you now use the quickness. You have Cyclone. Weaver's Wall coming out from Vladdy. They'll go for Upset, who does still have the flash and dodges away from the seismic shot. Fnatic on the Baron, it's down to 7,000 HP as Kalist starts to poke them down. Humanoid can look for the engage, has that flash from the Emperor's Divide. Upset coming in as well. There's the Cyclone immediately into the public execution, and Kalist is enemy number one. Vladdy falls second. Fnatic found two. The dogs chasing Mickey down will kill him off. Upset being chased out by Kana. Doesn't have flash, does have the barrier and has a blast cone. Kana dodges it well though. Now he'll turn his eyes back towards the Baron. Yike still available to steal this. Has the flash, has the smite. Can he do it? Yike, the smite king of the LEC again! And he dodges the Emperor's Divide, eviscerates them. Dodges across the wall, and now Kana and Yike are hungry for more. Razzle dashing in, but Kana's here, and he's ready to party. Humanoid and Oscar, juicy, juicy targets. Razzle falls first. Humanoid short to follow. It's double Darkins, and whoop whoop goes Yike for a triple kill.
A breath of life comes to Fnatic, and immediately Yike with a gut punch to win them back into a deficit. The Baron is stolen away, and KC deny the comeback from Fnatic. Beautiful play from Yike. Nice follow-up from Kana as they now set their sights on the base of Fnatic.
Who let him out, man? Yike on an absolute tear this game, this split. And now the inhibitor, they target for Carmine Court. They have a pushing lane in mid as well as bot. As Kalist is put down into that bot lane due to the Upset, healing most of his HP from that accelerated shot blast. A small moment of hope, and immediately it was extinguished by Carmine Court. Inhibitor in the top lane already dead. That wave a while away. Mickey eking a bit of damage from Vladdy here, could look for that quickness. Targamas goes into the engage, double pulverized, double seismic shove, and double dead. Humanoid and Mickey are gone. And now Vladdy's looking for more, jumps onto Razzle, the Cyclone adds more of a small squall, I think, Vedi. As Razzle falls, Carmine Court knocking on the doors of the Nexus. Targamas looking for more. It was close until it wasn't, and most of the game, I'm going to say, it wasn't here for Carmine Court. They will demolish Fnatic in game one of this best of three.
I really like the draft from KC. I like the way they executed it, and while the Baron was definitely a bit suspect, Yike was able to clutch up and close out for KC.
Great stuff all round from the Carmine Court players. For Fnatic, a small moment in the mid game where you thought they might get back into it, but weren't quite able to. We're going to go to a short break, but if you want more of this exhilarating action, make sure you stay tuned.
think of engage, I think of a medium with which a fight can begin that allows champions to do what they want to do.
Okay, so if you want to pick people, push the lane out, and you get clipped, that is a long way to run while you're very, very slow. Vladdy with the Valkyrie out here. Mickey will look for the Shadowing Strike, gets the stun, and Vladdy's still able to survive. Razzle, meanwhile, in the top lane, catching out Kana, who has already burnt his flash, trading into Oscar in, and Kana down. First blood to Oscar. And Razork making him with a smite sear there for the stun. Couldn't find it, did get the grubs. Razork, as you say, will get the Drake on the bot side as compensation. Now has that Stranglethorns. And look for a little bit more. You gonna dive? Gonna dive a Braum and an Ashe. It looks like it. The dive's been called. Ignite immediately onto Kalist. Stranglethorn's coming out as well. He'll get Mickey. For what cost? Only one. 80 carries exchanging kills.
I think this is a worthwhile trade. There was the option for Razork to move into the enemy bot side jungle and consider upset. Continues to find advantages.
Yeah, gets himself a plate as well. TP is going to come out from Vladdy. Arrow in the mid lane. It's an engage to already, and they engage perfectly with it. Humanoid has the flash, but doesn't really have anywhere to go. Kalist gets the kill.
A much-needed kill for Kalist as the arrow connects into the mid lane to set up for the pick onto...
Moving their AD carry and support towards that mid lane. Vladdy and Humanoid will match up in bot, so it's going to be a 4v4 on the top side. Flash Shadowing Strike into Upset's follow-up. The Unbreakable down from Targamas. Razork flashing forward as well. Stranglethorns, good Glacial Fissure from Targamas to get the knock-up on Upset, stopping the end of that bullet time. Yike forced away, though, as Razork already trying to get that midway pushed in. Will be able to do so. Kalist has to take the long way round to join up with his team. Drake down to 2,000. Humanoid coming in from the bottom side. Mickey goes in with a Magnet Storm. Immediately the Stranglethorns as well. Razork falling low, so is Yike. Both will fall down. Vladdy almost taken out by the laser, but Humanoid just doesn't quite have the damage yet. Siphon Power coming out as well as Kana joins the play. Pops the World Ender. The slow onto Humanoid. Gravity Field, Kana flashes over it, and now Humanoid is all on his lonesome walking through the river. But they don't have enough to chase. He might push the Waven back.
He's got very good vision though, so he should feel safe enough.
Targamas face checking. He didn't have good vision at all. Kalist stays around, but Targamas tried to stand beside me and was pulled back by the Magnet Storm. Targamas is a goner. He's sleeping with the fishes, and Mickey gets the kill in the end. I think with the Kana looking for the flank angle here on Oscar Rinin. He'll try and sidestep out of the Infernal Chains, but still be caught by it. Targamas getting caught by Fnatic. Bullet time as well, and with Targamas not there, there's no Unbreakable to stop them. Mickey turned on by Kalist and Targamas, but they can't take him out. It's just Yike falling. The Drake was stopped by Fnatic, but now with the Riptide charging in, they should be able to take the mid-tier 1 and the Dragon.
Love the confidence that we see from Upset, standing his ground, even in the face of Yike, looking to try and stun him up. He knows that he has the support from his team. They're able to get a kill onto Yike. And now with the Herald, they're looking to get as much as they can. The HP's getting low. Oscar likely gonna die.
Yeah, he's dead. He flashes.
Can he get still dead? Back though. Kana's very low.
I don't think he can kill Kana. He cannot kill Kana. I told you, Ben.
You're right. You're right. The sun in the sky and the Aatrox passive, I think, proving quite valuable there. But it was a
Kana. They'll get the mid wave. 6,000 now on the Dragon. Magnet Storm off cooldown. This is Mickey's prime time to find a fight. Targamas going to be trying to stop that bullet time from getting in. Oscar in and stepping forward, about to go Mega Gnar. It's Yike the secure, it's Kel Surprise as he's able to get the smite fight. Vladdy flashes away from the Gnar. Targamas on the retreat here as well. But Kana and Yike are in a good position to flank Fnatic. Or are they being flanked by Fnatic? It seems like it might be the latter as Yike is down to a 3rd HP and Humanoid puts him in the dirt. Upset chasing onto Vladdy here as well. He'll go forward with the Valkyrie, but he won't be able to take down the Zyra. Fnatic find 2 kills.
I mean, it's a...
And with the scenic view of the Rift, let's take a scenic state of the game, Betty. 5,000 gold now the lead for Fnatic. 1 Drake to 2, as you say. But they are in prime position. Pretty sure.
I think you're right, because like 2 autos went into that control ward.
Pretty sure Upset just saw the control ward.
Here we go.
I need to get out of here. Baron begun by Fnatic. Targamas will have that Unbreakable backup. Kana just recalling in the bot lane. Ooh. Mickey's on the wrong side of the wall, and he'll take a blaze towards the Baron. Humanoid trying to put the damage down as well. The arrow hits Upset. He's not got cleanse. Yike's going to put some more damage into him as Oscar Rinning's looking for that Mega Gnar. Kalist doing a good job. In fact, well, we went And now they've gone, but Carmine Corp will start up the Baron themselves.
Look at Kana on the flank. He's fishing for an angle.
Mickey looking for him. Shadowing Strike not going to hit. Targamas puts the Unbreakable down. Mickey goes in with the Magnustorn onto Kana. Targamas chasing forward here as well. And Kana will kill off Mickey. Humanoid knocked up with the Glacial Fissure. Razork trying to get in here for the smite fight. Yike towards the back. It will be secured once again by Yike. Is there anything this man can't do?
2 games in a row now. He's been able to win the Baron smite fight against...
As well, one of them being Vladdy, who can split push a little bit on this Corki, at least has the safety. He's not just going to be caught out. Targamas. He's going to look for a stand beside me onto Kalist here, but he's already rooted up, and yeah, Targamas, he's dead. That was greedy positioning from him. You saw people in the mid lane going for that ward when you don't have your teammates around the arrow, though. And now Mickey getting chased down by Kalist. Fnatic greedy as well as Carmine Corp find 2. Kalist will flash and cleanse his way away from Humanoid. Will just flash as Yike and Vladdy are now getting chased down. Oscar in and about to go mega. Humanoid opening up with a big deeps. Yike tries to turn it back around, but Yike will fall as well. The Humanoid takes 2. And just like that, Carmine Corp lose most of their Baron buffs.
The game is getting very messy as picks are happening across the board. It starts with KC finding a pick onto Razork, and they turn it into a pick onto Mickey as well.
Kana's just going to go. Humanoid has flash here. Infernal Chains won't get the pullback. Kana needs those wings to fly him out of here. Upsets on the chase as well. Kana will turn around in that gravity field. Realizes there's nowhere for him to go. Humanoid 5-1 now on the victor. A little bit of work. Fnatic though keeping them at base still. Now doing a really good job of just chunking Carmine Corp out that little bit before they get towards the Drake. Humanoid very willing to step up this Rod of Ages, giving him a lot of safety. There's the arrow once again into the Glacial Fissure. Vladdy trying to get in from the side, but Targamas is the one who's already chunked out. Oscar in falling low as well. Doesn't have that Mega Gnar yet. The Sterak's shield into the Gnar. Upset trading onto Vladdy. He'll take 1. Kana now in the middle of 4 members of Fnatic. He'll dive forward looking for the healing, but this isn't G2, my man. Fnatic don't die to the Aatrox in the river. Humanoid flashes in for the double. Kalist tries to trade it. He'll get 1 out of it. But it's the only one that Carmine Corp will be able to find. Yike. He's going to put the damage down onto Razork, who will...
he gets him.
Does he? Does he get him? He does! He gets him, but at what cost? His Nexus towers are laid bare. Fnatic will start on them. Upset Oscar and Mickey looking to take us to a game 3. Yike comes back alive, but doesn't have a way to clear out the wave. Mickey stomps him down, and Fnatic will take us to game 3.
A really nice bounce back performance from Fnatic as they found some great fights, and with a much better early game, they came out swinging. A little bit slow to close things out. They did lose a Baron, but ultimately they will bring us to game 3. I didn't like the draft from KC. I thought that they were really limited in their options, and we'll see how they adapt as we get closer and closer to that 3rd game.
Yeah, very much agree with you. It did feel like, does the arrow connect onto the same person twice in a row? Cool, maybe we can kill them. And even
point where he won't be as afraid of the Rumble, but early he's going to get pushed in. So top side of the map very much favored towards Fnatic. Bot side, I think I would give that advantage to the Xayah.
Yeah.
Just because in the mid lane, Humanoid getting that quick push. On the top side of the map, Kana just looking to get a few trades in, going to get level 2 first.
Looking for those, and Tofus will get the knock-up on, as we see Upset forced away here. Mickey going back in with the Zenith play. Targamas has to flash. The Plasma was on its way. Flash shield of Daybreak for the stun, and Targa is done. Upset and Mickey still chasing Kalist out here. Immediate cleanse from the Xayah to make sure that he wasn't...
Conceding a kill over to Upset. I wonder if they're going to be moving around the map a little bit more. Looks like they're just right now working with their jungler. Look at this congregation in the bot side of the map.
X-Flash across, Mickey only level 2, goes in with the stun. Razork there for the follow-up. Upset trying to get onto that backline, but doesn't have the flash. Mickey still chasing Kalist down. Razork will fall, as will Kalist, and now Upset's in a 2v1, but he can trade into this. Targamas forced away. Yike with the Bramble Smash will get the knockback. Vladdy's on the rotation. Yike with a good twisted advance to get away from Mickey.
Ultimately an even 1-for-1, but again, Kalist losing a decent amount of farm.
Razork now on his way to the top side. Kana going in with that Pathfinder. Razork looks for the stun, finds it. Kana does still have the flash, and Tofo will get the knockback, but isn't even going to be able to use the flash to get away. He used it, but he definitely did not get away.
Instead, they set their sights in the bot lane. They're threatening the dive onto Kana. How close is he to level 6? We don't actually see. He's
1
very
minute.
close.
Level 6 has been reached. Zenith played forward, Pathmaker back. Mickey's going to tank it. Kana can go all out and will kill off Mickey and will survive. But the redive comes out. Razork puts the spear through the heart of Kana. He'll fall, get a 1-for-1 and get the grubs on the top side.
He will likely want to convert this into the Drake.
Walking into a danger zone if you went for that. So Fnatic will get the first Drake of the game and even out those early objectives.
Regardless of how much push Humanoid has had, he's staying relatively even in terms of the gold. Keep your eyes on the Panthult.
He's going down with the Grand Starfall towards the bot lane immediately onto Targamas, who's stunned up and taken out of the action by Razork.
I mean, just a fantastic early game from Razork. He's found bot gang top.
Now they are beginning to group up around mid. There's a second set of Void Grubs up in a moment's time. Yike's going to go across towards it. Targamas looking for the dredge line. Will land it on terrain, get the Saggering blows off. Into the depth charge. Vladdy chasing forward. They really want Mickey, and they will be able to secure the kill. He's not going to flash across the wall because he only had his Hex Flash. The kill going over to Vladdy.
Look at the cross map, though.
It's like, oh, now Vladdy, you got no Spirit Rush.
Okay, no, Razork just hits
Targamas on the way as well.
Tower. Yep. Wise choice by Razork. So grubs exchanged for the tower.
Upset jumping in here with a killer instinct, though. Targamas going to have to flash the wall. Humanoid's going to dash forward as well with that rocket jump, and Targamas is dead. Razork so willing to get the smite for the slow.
The longer this game goes, KC do have scaling avenues, and they will find ways back in.
So Fnatic are going to play on this next wave that's coming through top. We saw pings on it. They're looking to push forward with it. There's the Solar Flare going down onto Kalist. He'll pop the Feather Storm. It's a 3v4 in favor of KC, though. Depth charge going down onto Upset. Kalist able to get away. Razork having a flash for his life and will maintain.
Of course, the gold is very significant between the two.
Yeah, I think Rift Herald's going to be the key fighting point here. Mickey looks for the Solar Flare. Kalist still caught out by it. Upset jumping forward. Depth charge going to hit onto him. Kalist still alive. Cleanse away by Upset. And all of Fnatic are here for the fight. Kazante diving in, but Razork's already killed off one. Targamas has fallen. Kalist still standing. He'll get the counter kill. Humanoid caught out by Yike. He'll manage just about to get the kill there. Kalist falls back. And Topo's with the Q3. Kana going all out as he dashes forward onto Mickey and Upset, but can't find anything more.
Recognizes a window where at the very least he can get something back. Mickey's found Kalist again.
Kalist doesn't have cleanse, but does have the Feather Storm this time. Now he's walking on the equalizer. And Upset's on a killing spree. Solar Flare just clipping the edge of Targamas there, only getting the slow, but with Rift Herald up, you have to think
and Mickey, when his ulti's off cooldown, he's setting his sights on Kalist.
He's doing a really good job of it as well. Kalist now does have the cleanse. Featherstorm only a quarter of the way off cooldown. Targamas the next target. Razork jumps in with the CC. Nature's Grass coming out. Kana looking for the flank. Mickey down to half HP. TP's coming in as well. Spirit Rush immediately by Vladdy. Mickey falls low, but Humanoid kills Targamas, and he looks for another. It's Yike who's going to fall. Kana in the middle of 4 members of Fnatic. He's going to burn to a crisp. Oscar will take him.
KC tried to respond to the aggression of Fnatic.
For anyone on a potential flank, but he knows where Yike is, and the rest of Carmine Corp are in the mid lane. Fnatic trying to gain control of the mid wave, but Carmine Corp have cleared it out first. Razork started up the Drake. No vision in this bush for Fnatic. KC will put a bit of vision around the corner. Mickey, Solar Flare. Only really clipping onto Targamas. Equalizer going down as well, but immediately Fnatic are jumping forward, and Oscar in splashing in with the Flame Spiller. Humanoid kills off Kana. Kalist falls as well. Fnatic are routing Carmine Core. Vladdy having to flash away. A 3-0 in favor of Fnatic. Soul point for them as well.
Fnatic showed no hesitation when it 5-0 ace, but Fnatic will be more than happy with that as they set themselves up with Soul Point and will follow up with another card.
It is a stomp so far for Fnatic. Upset constantly finding the right angles.
Guess who he's targeting again?
Yeah. Look for Kalist. Solar Flare comes out, goes wide, but Mickey just walks back, then goes in with the Zenith Blade. Void Seeker coming out from long range. Yike looking for that flank. Nature's Grass coming out. Razork still clipped by the edge of it, and Kalist begins to open up. And just as I said, he wasn't having an impact. Kalist is going to find 2 quick kills. Mickey and Razork are dead in the dirt. Humanoid is...
I mean, pretty significantly different. However, he has completed his 2 major items, so keep your eyes on the bottom of your screen as this mid tower is now the focus for Fnatic.
Kalist trying to defend. Solar Flare clips him, only gets the slow. There's the equalizer, and Kalist will come down on top of it, and will go down on top of it too. Upset now on a rampage. Kalist just trying to defend that tower when it was on a sliver of
this game. However, Casey set the sights onto top lane. Oscar.
They're going to TP Kana in here. Oscar is over-pushed. Kana goes forward. Oscar goes into that overheat. Targamas on his way as well. Oscar doesn't have flash, so at most he can get one out of this. Dredgeline does go wide, but Kana has enough shields to survive. Twisted Advance will root Oscar in place, and there's the kill. Meanwhile, Humanoid gets a tower in the bot lane. Charmed up by Vladdy, but they can't really...
Wave continues. Casey get the clear off first. Callista's so close to his Infinity Edge, but they have to fight now. He doesn't have time to wait, and Fnatic are poised, ready to pounce.
Razok goes over the wall, Solar Play on the backline, Spirit Rush away, Nature's Grasp being used as well. Targamas the first to fall. Good roots coming out from Kalista. The Equalizer not doing too much work, but Targamas is already dead. Vladdy's looking for a little bit more with that Spirit Rush forward. Razok down to about 1,000 HP. Yike still on the chase towards Upset. Mickey and Kana chasing towards the top side. Humanoid goes in. Featherstorm from Kalista into the flash will get him to safety. The Drake begun by Oscar Rinin. Upset keeping Yike at bay. Fnatic should be able to secure this. It will be Soul for them. And with Yike on the red buff, Fnatic will take the Soul. 26 minutes in, an Ocean Soul to their names, a 6,000 gold. No one doing so yet for Carmine Corp. Targamas might be the one. Razok going for him. Will get the stun, the chase in as well. Nature's Grasp coming out as Targamas is going to be able to flash away, but Callista's not here to put out the damage while everyone's rooted. Equalizer goes down, Mickey falling lower. They dive back in onto Kana, and Kana's down. Mickey at 100 HP survives. Yike and Kana do not. Fnatic find two again, and will turn their eyes towards the Baron.
Kalista wasn't able to get a single auto attack off in that fight. It was a very awkward position for Casey to fight from. And Fnatic, they just wanted to pick. They wanted to create the numbers advantage. They committed very hard to getting that.
Slow and steady does it. They've moved Upset over to mid. I think I prefer it when the Tristana is in the mid lane just because of the split push pressure he has, but they're keeping him with the main team.
Nature's Grasp. Mickey should block that, and he does. Yike goes in with the Twisted Advance, but he is not tanky at all. Mickey knocked up. Upset could dive forward with the Killer Instinct. Doesn't even need to as Targamas falls to Humanoid. Upset now targeting that mid lane inhibitor tower. The next wave in top lane well on its way as well. Upset will take the mid lane inhib alongside Razork. Fnatic will take the top side as well. And for Carmine Corp, you're looking down 5 members in 20 seconds before you have your support back alive.
Fnatic with clinical execution as they set their sights on the Nexus. They flash in.
Kalista cleanse flashes away and will escape. Root Caller, Blade Caller will get some damage down onto Razork. Mickey going forward again. Akada is burnt alive. The second Nexus tower falls. Kalista with the Feather Storm, but it does not do a damn. A clean game from Fnatic, a surprising game from Fnatic as they'll secure the win over Carmine Corp.
Fnatic looking to revitalize trust amongst their fans as they get a massive win over KC. They lost to SK last week and there were so many question marks. But this game 3, they solidified their authority. An impressive performance over the